It is time for us to wage peace right here, right now. Not in Washington, not in San Francisco, but right here in little old Bowling Green, Kentucky. And it's time to branch out from here and take it to the other communities. Take it to Paducah, take it to Hendersonville, take it to Nashville, take it to Glasgow, take it everywhere.
Mr. Mr. Bush, I understand you're building a wall in Iraq. Tear down that wall.
Costthewar.com, it'll tell you what this has cost us in reality, besides just the dollars, all of our lost infrastructure, children uninsured, teachers we could hire, all kinds of social implications that'll be going on long after these guys are out of office. So, fire them all.
My name is Anita Dennis, and I'm a member of Military Families Speak Out. I'd like to give a message to George Bush and Cheney from a mom that her son has served in Iraq. You are destroying our families. You are killing our children. They're coming back messed up. My son was an outgoing, lovable person. He came back from Iraq depressed because he feels that he is responsible for killing innocent Iraqi people. My son told me that the only terrorist he saw in Iraq was himself when he looked in the mirror. I'm also a soldiers' rights activist. And George Bush and Cheney, you say that what I'm doing is hurting our troops. What you're doing, you are killing our troops every day right here in America. When soldiers like Jonathan Schwartzy and his parents take him to the VA and he gets sent away and given a number, and 3 days later he commits suicide. We've had soldiers coming back depressed and killing themselves right here in America. George Bush and Cheney and your administration, you are responsible for the death of American soldiers on our soil.
My name is Kristen, and my brother is stationed in Iraq right now, and he's in the Air Force. And I realize it's supposed to be a cushy job where you fly a plane around 20,000 zillion feet in the air. But he's been there for several months, and he came home on leave just the other week, and the look in his eyes, I've never seen this before in his eyes, and he looks so tired. And I mean, if he's got the cushy job and he comes home looking tired and sad, like he wants nothing more than to stay home, then I can't imagine what it's like for all the people who are stuck in the middle of all the combat direct. I can't imagine that. So I'm here to protest and make sure that they can get home as soon as possible.
I don't have anyone in my family or anything that's in the Army, but I just think that there's no reason to kill anyone. There's always another choice. And
Make themselves shoot.
yes, so I'm here to protest the war because I don't believe that killing is ever the answer.
We are out here at Western Kentucky University protesting the war, telling the campus and Bowling Green what we continue to think about the war.
My name's Jeff Humphrey. I'm a Iraq war veteran, and I would like to say that we need to pull out. We need to get our troops back home. We need to give them the care they need and admit that we have done wrong.
Hi, I'm Julie, and we're here at Western Kentucky University, and we're at this war protest because I think too many people die for a cause that we don't even, know what we're fighting about. Some say it's oil, and some say it's, for peace in another land, but we have so much going on in our land that I think we need to, not fight for it, but work on that instead of, just do something that most of the public isn't for.
My name is Amanda, and I'm at Western Kentucky University, and George Bush is basing this war on religion and war and oil. And the Jesus I know is a peaceful Jesus, and I just want George Bush to know that. I don't think Jesus would agree with this war.
I'd like to say that I'm here today because I believe that we need to end the war in Iraq.
Hi, my name is Josh Vaughn. I'm a sociology major here at WKU. Taking a lot of classes. I'm actually at the end of all my classes. I'm about to graduate here before too long. And what they teach us is that grassroots movements are what really matters. It's what brings about any kind of change. And this is where it all begins. This is where you need to start. And I feel really strongly about this. I was never a political person until this whole war began. My brother went to Iraq. I haven't seen him since. And it starts here. So, stand up, make some noise for peace.
Down my sword and shield, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, gonna lay down my sword and shield, down by the riverside. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more, 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 ain't gonna study war no more. Well, I ain't gonna everyone. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna shake hands with everyone. Down by the riverside. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more. 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 We're gonna shake hands all around the world. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Gonna shake hands all around the world. Down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Gonna bring those troops right on home. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside, gonna bring those troops right on home. Down by the riverside, they ain't gonna study war no more. They ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Gonna lay down my sword and shield. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword and shield. Down by the riverside. Well, ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Ain't gonna study war no more.